Welcome back to What If Civilization Started Over, episode 11. In the last episode, we saw Asia just get decimated by the plague. Um, in like this Mumbai country exploded, and then this country right here exploded, and then one province broke away, or one province grouping broke away from this South China area. This Pakistani country exploded. Um, we had the southern Malaysian country break away from this green country, but then they started doing their own thing. Like they expanded a lot, and now they're actually pretty strong. Um, we had three revolutions in the three main countries over here. We had a South China Revolution, we had a North China Revolution, we had a Korean Revolution. But these areas also let areas that wanted to kind of get independence break away just to prevent like unstableness. And well, they did, and we had this breakaway from Korea, this breakaway from the yellow team because they are culturally still similar to these southern guys. And then we also had uh, this thing break out of both of these, but they was chill like that. And South trying to escape to Taiwan right before they collapsed, or right before the full capitulation of their country. And we also had Hidden Island get independence. And we saw Japan explode after the war and jumping of this Hokkaido country, I guess is what it's. Why are these different colors? Oh, I guess the military was still occupying it there. All right, that was weird. Must not have noticed that. Malaysia actually ended up making to Australia, but we also had another civilization type pop up in Australia. These two, this like dark bluish and then this like skinish color, like this white person skin color. Yeah, let's think that's the full recap. I don't think anything else happened. So yeah, let's move on to the first section of the video. So in the first part of the video, we have Malaysia and these islands right here uniting into this like pinkish salmonish color. Yeah, just trying to basically, this red team was kind of collapsing, and this Malaysian country was the only one that had a good enough navy near them to like unite with. So yeah, we have this happening. And also I just realized that's a little pixel right there that I missed, and right here too. Good job, me. And yeah, let's move on to the next section of the video. In the next section of the video, we have South Africa expanding along the coast more, just to try and get more land. Because I mean, it's South Africa. It's not crazy strong, but they're trying. They're like thickening their borders up, something like this. But then they're also expanding a little bit more, like this, like that. But I'm gonna fix up these borders a little bit more. Also, they expand a little bit more up here, like there. I'm gonna fix up these borders, and yeah, I'll show you what they look like. So we have South Africa looking something like this, getting really long in this coast, but they're kind of unstable now because they expanded this much. And well, they might be on the collapse watch. So the next section of the video, we have well, this Brazilian pink team expanding a little bit more along the Brazilian coast. They haven't really done much in a long time. Like these, like comparatively, these guys and these guys would get wiped. Like they would get wiped the floor by literally half of these countries up here. So yeah, that's why they haven't done much expanding. So, but they will try and connect up with this Colombian country, and they actually do connect up. So connect up with this lake too, and well, not they're really long, but on the Brazilian coast. But it's there's a lot of logs, so you can kind of like farm those and get money and whatnot and stuff like this. But they also expand out this way, and well, they set up a little bit more land over here to colonize. I'll just draw on what they claim over here. We have this like pink Brazilian country expanding this much, and then we also have them sending a group of explorers out to go over here and go over here and then over here a little bit more. And this group of explorers is kind of starting to be like, do we really need to listen to the pink country? Like, they're not that strong. Like, we can be stronger than them and like that type of stuff. And well, they come to down here and like this part of Brazil, and it's like kind of nice, but they keep going. And then they reached at this area, and they think it's really nice, so they actually end up setting a country up. But they do expand a little bit more before they like finally set up the country. they expand all of this. But let's see what their country looks like. So we see this like Rio de Janeiro, I think, or hold on. So we see the country of Salvador here. I just had to look on Google Maps of what major cities here because I knew there was one. But we do see this area expanding out a little bit more, going down the coast a bit and just like exploring this area and like going all the way down here and just going down a little bit more. And then we also have another group being like, yeah, that group was like okay, but maybe we can do better because after a period of time they reconnected up with this pink country to talk about like what they found and stuff. But then this pink country sent even more explorers, and well, they wanted to set up their own country and didn't want to join the blue, so they kept going. And well, they're gonna be down in like South America. We see this group that was exploring end up like here. I don't know what city is there, but I'm guessing there's definitely a big city, probably like some southern Brazilian city. It's really populated. They go down and they find this area right here, and they're like, wow, let's set up a country here because this is nice. But they just want to make sure it's safe and stuff before they set up a country, so they go around this just like not colonize, but like discover more of the area just before they set up, just to keep it safe and whatnot. And they look something like that, and let's see what their country looks like. So we have this like red, I guess, Uruguayan country setting up here too. But we do have a little bit more exploring happening, like back, just to like thicken the border because I don't like how thin it is because it doesn't look good on the map. So I'm just thickening up this border to make it more better, I guess. But I'm just gonna say lore wise, there's not that. There are people going back and forth here a lot because they hear about these new countries, and well, people from this old northern area are like, hey, maybe we can set up a country. And well, the people from Peru, they get that same idea, and well, they go down south too. But they have the actual Andes blocking them from going really south. But it's kind of deserty, but they do keep going a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more, and they reach this area right here, and they're like, okay, this is actually pretty nice. This is really nice. Maybe we should set up our country here. And well, they keep exploring around a little bit more until they discover this entire like archipelago area, and they're like, yeah, we're definitely setting up a country here. Let's draw a country. Let's make sure it has good borders and stuff like that. So let's set up our country. Let's see what that looks like. So we have this like Chilean country right here. They obviously keep exploring around just to explore, and well, I think they might be south of the Andes now. I think the Andes go something like that. Not straight up like that, but like I think they might be below the Andes now, so they're sending people out like this, and well, their people are actually reaching the sea, and they're seeing maybe we can reach back up to the other people that also set up their country, and maybe we can like start like helping each other and whatnot. And like they go back up here, and they go up here, they go up here, and right over here. They're getting close, but right as they get to like Buenos Aires, they're like, wow, this is actually way nicer. Maybe we should set up another country, because there's people constantly moving south because they keep hearing about these new areas that are really nice and stuff like that. And well, we also have another country popping up. Let's see what that area looks like. We have this like Buenos Aires country setting up shop, and they obviously expand a little bit more just to discover more land, and then they go back. And I'd honestly say the entire population of this new area here is honestly in total, like of these 4 countries right here, is probably like maybe 1.2 million, I would say, just to give them population so they can expand and become countries. But the most populated of them is probably this red one. Second is probably this Chilean one. Third, the blue Brazilian one. Fourth is Buenos Aires one. And yeah, they're basically, honestly, this was just a big excuse so I could fill in more of South America and get more native tribes and peoples here before stuff happens. but they are expanding more south. And well, Chile is like, what if we own the south of the world? Because they only think the world looks like basically what they know, but they also think there might be a little bit more land up here. Um, so they're still going down, like they colonize all that, not colonize, but like discover all this, and still going along and discover more of this. It's getting cold down here, like really cold, and well, they fully discover the entirety of South America, and not that. Dang it. So they colonize or discover all of South America, but they don't expand a lot, but they do still expand. So, well, obviously they explore a little bit more the road back to like their home type thing ish. And also, I'm just fixing this exploration border so it doesn't look so flat. But yeah, hold on. So we have all this land right here being like discovered and stuff. We have Chile expanding. Let's see what Chile expands into. I missed the pixels. Let's see what they expand into. So we have this Chilean country basically just becoming South America, but they might have expanded a little too quickly because now we have an area breaking away, and let's see what that area looks like. So we have this like southern island here basically becoming a new independent country, and well, South America is now very populated and stuff because they're honestly right now experiencing a big population boom with all this like, let's say it's really fertile for right. Oh my God, right. Oh my. They're experiencing a big population boom because it's like really, really humid, and like not really humid, but like it's really fertile right now, and which is causing more of North America now to also be discovered. So we have this American country sending people up to explore more of Massachusetts, and then more people going up north to find, well, it's really cold now, but they're still going. They find, I think this, Nova Scotia, I want to say it is. They go across this, they find that. They're going across here, and then here, and then they not that. They don't, nope. They find all of, like, New Brunswick, I think is what it's called, and then they go back across here. Still haven't reached the Great Lakes yet, but they do find the St. Lawrence River, and they're going along that, and then they reach Lake Huron, and they colonize / discover this area, and people are moving here like very quickly now with all this land that is being discovered. They enter Ontario, like get this area, and all of Ontario basically is now being discovered. And we also have more of, I don't know what like this is. I don't know like this is, but they're going along the Michigan coast and they enter Lake Michigan, and well, they're still going just to explore more, and they find this area. They go up to our county, they go up here, they go up to the UP, and they go to Lake Superior, and they're basically just like send like this group of people now is just the Great Lakes people. Like they feel like their main purpose by God is to discover more of the Great Lakes and protect them and stuff like that. So they are rapidly exploring up here, and they actually end up fully discovering the Great Lakes. But since they think maybe we can get here easier if we just go straight down, well, since there's Appalachians right here, they go around it a little bit like this. And while they're like, wait, now if we know that's there, then we can just like discover more of this inner area, and they start rapidly doing that. And now we have like New England being fully filled in at this point, looking something like this. And we have a few groups actually popping up on this like lake, the Great Lakes area. And well, we have a little bit more colonizing first. So we have this area around this lake being discovered more, and well, they go like there, and they discover all that, and discover all this. Basically, Wisconsin's being discovered by the natives, and they're going along here. They're discovering all of Michigan. They're still going along into my gosh, I can't speak today. Holy crap. They keep exploring over here and into this. They're exploring a decent amount, honestly, and well, they keep going. They find a little bit more of this, a little bit more of this land. Go like here, they find this nice land right here. We have all this land being discovered and whatnot and stuff like that, and we have the final borders of this kind of, hold on. Okay, so we have this like Northern Superior country, we have this like UP country, like a Wisconsin country slash like Michigan country. We got like a Detroit country, we got like a Ontario country, and oh yeah, probably should do one more over here. So we have these areas being like this, and this American country looking like this, and well, we also have this kind of similar thing happening over here with more people in this population groupish thing, causing a basically another like the population boom, causing more explorers and stuff like that. So we have a group going around this Californian lake and going up here and going along this coast more, but then this group just doesn't stop. They keep going, like they're going still going. They don't find this island. Oh, they probably do. Actually, let's say they do. Um, they keep going along all these fjords and stuff like that in this area. They are still going. They're just trying to get as far away just to see how far they can go. They're still going. They go back down and discover these islands right here. They're still going. It's getting really cold. I don't know how they're alive right now. But yeah, let's hold on. We have this group still going, and then we find this like Anchorage area that they really like. And well, they decide, you know what, let's stay here. Right here is perfect, even though it's really not perfect. It's probably freezing. They're definitely freezing cold, but you know, what are you gonna do? But it's starting to get winter, and another like a group of like 10 people total end up going like here and going across to like far western Alaska. And well, they're going up this coast, and they go up here, and they go up here a little bit more, and not there. Nope, they did not get to there yet. They're going back and telling people about this, and they now have a group of like 20 people, and this group of 20 people is now going back up here toward Alaska, or toward this like tip as close to Russia as they can, but it's the ground is frozen. So then they kind of cross it and land in like Siberia, Russia, and well, they land over here, and they're still going because they think it's just like a lake or something that they went over, and well, they get to the edge of the map. It's not a flat world, so hold on. They make it to here, and well, they're still going. They want to go south now just to see maybe we can like do stuff, because they are actually doing pretty good at scavenging for food and whatnot, but they're still going south. They don't know any other civilization group exists, but they are going to make it to this like peninsula here and not fully discover it. Fully discover this area, this western Pacific coast, but going down south a little bit more. And well, they make it to this like the tip of this peninsula, and they're like, okay, this is actually livable, so we can't really go any further, but they don't want to go any higher. So yeah, we got this but that we got all this area being discovered, and we have a group settling right here, and let's draw in what that group looks like. We have this like Alaskan country right here looking like this. Well, not country, like tribe. I'm honestly just gonna call these areas tribes because that's basically what they are. But they are now, since they did have a population boom, the entire population of this civilization type, I'd say, is probably 7 million in total. And well, so now they're kind of like, I'd say the most populated country here is probably one of these, either this one, or this one. Actually, I'm gonna say it's Colombia, Mexico, then the United States, and then fourth is probably them for population. But we're also, since this area is frozen right now, since it's like winter or something, they cross it, and well, they end up setting up a little country right here, but they do want to explore a little bit more because I don't want to fix up this border a little bit more, just something like that. They set up a little area right here. Let's see what that area looks like. So we have this like Siberian country looking like that. They basically walked from Mexico to here. They stopped for like a year just to like regroup and heal and whatnot, and then they kept going and landed here. So we now have technically a lot of this filled out. We have also probably should draw in another country over here. Not that. We have a group like discovering more of like this Seattle, Oregon area, Washington area. slash British Columbian area. They're going up here and discovering this. But we also have a group settling. So let's see what that group colors tribe thing is. So we have this like Seattle country or Washington country. It looks something like this. So let's recap what happened. So we saw a union happen over here. Then we saw a group of groups of people set up new countries. This Chilean country being the strongest and biggest. Then we had another group of people. Since the South was discovered, they decided to go north, and they found the Great Lakes and in this Canadian area. So now there are people in Canada. And then we had another group go west and go along like the coast here. We had a Washington country, a Alaskan country, and then a Siberian country right here. So I don't think I was supposed to. Okay, let's quickly do this. So this group of people is exploring more of the coast of Australia, and they're just trying to discover as much as they can, just to get as much power as they can, because they don't like that this other country has more power. So they're like rapidly discovering this southern area, like a lot. Like they're like, hey, go, just tell us what you see. And they discover the entirety of southern Australia. Let me draw on what it officially looks like. So we have the entirety of southern Australia looking something like this, and then this group is also obviously still going to explore, because they never really stopped exploring. They keep going along the coast, and they go to like this western part of Australia now. They're getting to like near Perth, I think. I don't know exactly where it is, but I know it's somewhere around here. They make it to like this area, and they're like, okay, it's getting bad over here. Maybe we stop and turn around. So yeah, we have also this blue country expanding a little bit more, or tribe expanding a little bit more. Let's see what they look like. So we have this blue country looking something like this, and that's where I'm going to end this episode now. So I hope you enjoyed. The map is definitely looking more filled in, and there's a bunch more American countries. And I hope you enjoyed, and have a good day.